Like, I don't trust anything that has yellow eyes unless you have jaundice. I'm very sorry for your condition, but god damn it, that is evil. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Imai and today is Beat TV Tuesday. Beat TV is a series on my channel where we watch an episode of a TV show while I put my makeup on. First things first, let's address the elephant in the room. I was gone last week. If you watched my vlog, you would know that last week I did not have a phone and then I did not have a laptop charger. So I was unable to do anything. I lost everything on my phone except for my contacts. Like, look at that Apple background. This is a new phone. This month is March. We are doing criminally underrated shows, which in hindsight was kind of a bad idea because if people don't know the shows, they're not gonna Google the shows. They're not gonna see my video. So we might be ending criminally underrated March after this episode because it like logically that don't make no sense. But y'all have been asking me about the new Proud family. So as a sorry for being gone last week, on Thursday I'm finally gonna watch it and talk about it. And I heard through the grapevine, because I got rid of Disney Plus because I wasn't really watching it like that, they made Dijonay worse. And my only question is how? How is that possible? But today we are watching The Life and Times of Juniper Lee. This is one of the shows that have been deep. I don't remember anything about this show. At least I didn't prior to this. All I remembered deep in my brain was the title of the show and then the pink streak in her hair, and that was it. There are the monster world and the human world that is separated by a veil, and June is the one that can see both worlds and protects both worlds through this veil because there are good monsters and bad monsters. Kind of reminds me of Star versus the Forces of Evil, but very different. All right, so let's get our hair tied back. I just got my hair done and I promise you in 3 videos my hair is still gonna look good. Like, I know I get my hair done and then 2 videos later it looks a hot mess, but I'm gonna try this time to keep it looking decent. So the episode begins and June's grandma is sort of explaining the differences in the human world and the monster world and how it's possible that the two do live in harmony. However, there are evil monsters that inhabit that world, and in order for the two worlds to live in harmony, there needs to be a protector that can cross over between them, and that is our protagonist, Juniper Lee. So June is seen in the park and she is running off a monster who was eating the playground. And I'm like, y'all said evil. It's bad, but evil is a stretch. He just wanted a little snacky snack. That's all. Y'all probably got mad parks in that city. It looks very, very urban, like a very urban development. Yep. Also, I'm telling people that I burned my forehead with a curling iron or a hot comb, but in actuality, I smacked my face on a lamp, and this is gonna sound disgusting, and the scab fell off this morning. Also, shout out to my hairstylist, Sarah, for snapping on my closure. So she runs off the monster that was eating the park in the park bathroom, and her brother Ray Ray appears. He pops up and he's like, your job is so cool. And she's like, I just had to stop like a lizard from eating the bathroom. Like, I'm totally like Batman. And then Ray Ray's like, well then that makes me Robin. And I'm like, I didn't know that cartoons like directly referenced other cartoons. Did Disney? No, this was Cartoon Network. Did they hold the license for Batman the Animated Series and that's why they were able to reference it directly? Let's see. It aired on Fox Kids and they didn't have the same directors. years. I don't know. Were times just different back then? Probably. So they're walking home from the park, and back at home, June and Ray Ray are wrapping a present for a birthday party of a friend that Juniper is supposed to go to. So Ray Ray is wrapping the present because he wants to come along to the party with June's friend, but he's having a difficult time wrapping it. And honestly, Ray Ray, me and you, right here, I cannot wrap presents either. My dad, during Christmas, he used to put the gift in the wrapping paper, no matter what it was, what shape, nothing, would just put it in there, scrunch it, get some tape, wrap it around, and call it a day. And when I was a kid, I was like, man, that's so lazy. He couldn't even wrap it right. But I'm wearing black. I shouldn't be using my powder so aggressively. But now as an adult, I'm like, wrapping paper was designed to be torn up and thrown away. So she's like, if you want to go to this party with me and my friends, the least you can do is wrap the present. And he's like, well, you can't use magic or something, like zip zap zoop, abracadabra this gift wrapped, because I'm not good at this. And their dog, whose name I'm gonna figure out, Monroe, is like, magic is not supposed to be used for such frivolous crap. So June receives a phone call from her friend Ophelia, and Ophelia asks her, like, are you actually going to our friend's party? And June is like, yeah, of course I'm gonna go. And she's like, well, you do this thing where, you know, you say you're gonna go and then you flake on us like last minute. So they are loading up their bicycle and they're on their way to Jody's birthday party, and June is kind of giving them the rundown of like, be on your best behavior, because I already flake on her without all of the creature stuff that I have to go through, but now I don't know what's in store. I want this to be a good day. And as she's saying that, a jar falls out of like her bag and like a genie comes out. So she wrangles him back into the jar, and Monroe, that's the dog's name, is like, why do you even have that in your bag? And she's like, you know, you never know when you're gonna need one. I'm like, that's like, how are you gonna tell them to be on their best behavior, but you brought a whole magical being to a birthday party, friend? And she says, you know, they're harmless, they only attack evil creatures. Now, evil is subjective. I could like lick like your birthday cake or something, and someone might think that's evil. I think it's rude and nasty, but someone like, evil is subjective. You don't know what his definition of evil is. She shows up to Jody's party, and she's like, hey Jody, you know, happy birthday. Sorry I'm late. And she goes, you're always late. Like, I'll go home. You know, it's okay. We're gonna have a good time anyway. That would have sufficed, Jody. I'm here. Like, don't you say I always flake on you? I came. And this is how you talk to me? So, at June's birthday party, at Jody's birthday party, they are, you know, Monroe is there, and everyone loves Monroe, and Monroe is like barking up a storm, and then, you know, they're just observing the party, and then there's a clown that pops up, and they're like, you have a clown at your party? And she's like, you know, I had to choose the lesser of three evils. It was a party clown, a pony, or a magician. And I'm like, lesser of three evils? Pony sounds cool compared to a clown. And you know I gotta put the clip of the clown. His eyes and teeth are the same shade, and none of them are white. Neither of those shades are white. They are yellow. This man is evil. Like, I don't trust anything that has yellow eyes unless you have jaundice. I'm very sorry for your condition, but god damn it, that is evil. He's like, who wants a balloon animal? And then Ophelia's like, that is so sad. And he's like, you think I want this? I have a master's degree from Yale. I'm like, maybe you're not evil after all. Maybe you're just a guy who's down on his luck. I'm so sorry for you, baby. I feel kind of bad. Sorry, honey. Maybe he does have jaundice. I'm sorry. I judged you too soon. So, June is having a good time at Jody's birthday. You know, they're chatting and laughing. And then out of nowhere, this like really tall green monster comes through, and he's like, June, let me see my girl June. Where June at? What's up, girl? And she's like, I'm kind of busy here. I'm at my friend's party and I want to be at a party where I don't have to put up with this. What is this black stuff on my finger? Yeah, she's like, I want to be at a party where I don't want to have to put up with this. And he's like, okay, well, I was sent here to come get you because me and my homies were doing homeboy things, hanging out, chilling, making necklaces and stuff. This guy's obviously a huge pothead. But he's like, yeah, I accidentally like released the Rakatan and we need you to come figure it out for us. And she's like, see this bracelet? When this stone glows, it means that something is going down. I protect the magic world and the human world. If this does not glow, I do not go. And it's not glowing, I'm staying. And just as she's saying that, the bracelet starts to glow and she's like, shit. I'll be over there, fine. So on her way to go protect, let me do my lashes first and then we could talk, okay? So on her way, she heads home from the party and she calls out for her grandma, and her grandma is hanging like these moose heads, like taxidermy moose heads. And she's like, Grandma, you know, I was just at Jody's party and I had to leave Jody's party because some leprechaun came, and you know, this protector of worlds thing is kind of a lot, and I always feel so bad that I have to leave people and just not explain where I'm going. And I know everyone's going to parties in the pool in the mall and I want to go. Like, is there any way that you can handle this for me? Because her grandma was the protector before her, and her grandma's dad was the protector before her grandma was, and like 6 generations in the family was like they were the protectors. Like, it's within this family. And I'm like, y'all didn't mention June's parents, like June's mom or dad. They said that her grandma was the protector before she was. Did it skip a generation? Like, where's her mom? And her grandma's like, I am not the protector anymore. You are. This is a responsibility that's been in our family for 6 generations, and this is your responsibility and your burden to bear alone. I feel so bad for this girl. She's 12. I assume she's 11. That's a lot of responsibility for 11. She's saving the world at 11. And like 6th grade, I could barely even like get up in time for school in 6th grade. Like, and this girl is saving the world. She deserves a lot more credit and some slack. They can have 2 protectors or like handle it themselves. I thought that June's job description was to keep the balance between the human world and the monster world. When he released this Rakatan, did he release it? He didn't say if he released it into the human world. He just said it got released. Like, if it was released into the monster world, maybe that's one you could handle yourself, partner. Also, y'all don't have like monster world police y'all can call, or literally anyone else? Like, I'm 11. And June is kind of like, you know, can I at least tell them what I'm doing, like that I save the world all the time, because it's not fair to them that I just keep leaving places. And they're like, and grandma's just like, no. So they go back to like showing what's happening at the party, and Ray Ray notices that in the hurry to get out, June accidentally took his backpack, and he has hers with all her monster fighty hunty stuff in it. So Ray Ray kind of runs off with June's backpack. I don't know why this still feels like so, like, I do my makeup like this all the time, but it still feels so like top heavy. Something about my makeup feels wrong, and I don't know what it is. So Ray Ray kind of runs off with June's backpack, and Monroe is trying to stop him from leaving the party because June said to stay put, which, you know, if June is 11 and this is her younger brother, like, maybe he's like 8. Maybe you should listen to your sister. So June pulls up on the Rakatan, and the Rakatan is kind of just like a hamster with horns, and he's just like nibbling on some foliage like a tree. And she's like, this is what I missed the party for a freaking hamster. So she's like, hey, out of here, go, shoo, go, leave. And he's like not listening to her, and she's like, hello, leave. And I think she kind of like hits him a little bit, and it sets this man off. Like, we see why Grandma was so flustered when she said the name Rakatan, because when she told Grandma, like, you know, these leprechauns released the Rakatan, she was like, oh, go, you gotta handle that, that's dangerous. And I'm like, he don't look too dangerous. So as she's fighting the Rakatan, he pushes her back, and Jodie's gift falls out of Ray Ray's backpack, and she's like, oh my god, this is Ray Ray's backpack. So she's fighting the Rakatan, and they're on top of this cliff as they're fighting, and they both slide down this cliff, and he has these 2 long horns. So as they slide down this cliff, she jumps off of his back, and I'm gonna just put the clip, but his horns attach into 2 trees, and he's like kind of stuck in the trees because his horns are like in there, you know what I'm saying? So Ray Ray and Monroe pop up because I guess they came to the scene of where she's at, and Ray Ray's like, oh man, that's so cool, because he saw them like slide down the hill, and he's like, you were just surfing on a big ass rat. And June is like, give me my knapsack, like give it to me, because the genie in the jar is still in there, and like the genie can handle the Rakatan. And I just need to say, this genie is kind of like a pimp. I kind of love him. Like, he just came out looking hella swaggy with his chain that says TJ, all his rings on his fingers. Like, I kind of love him. So he gets out of his jar, and he's like happy to be free. He's like, when the genie sees the Rakatan, he sniffs him out, gets him, and then they like entangle themselves and then poof, disappear. So after the genie and the Rakatan are gone, she pulls up to Jodie's house to apologize about leaving and she gives her the gift, and the gift is a snow globe of their city, because I guess Jodie like collects them and she really, really likes them. And Jodie's so appreciative, but she's also still kind of sad at the fact that June had to skip out on the rest of her birthday. So Jodie's like, you know, thank you, she was like really appreciative of the gift, and she's like, you know, we have leftover cake inside if you wanted some cake. And Ray Ray and Monroe pop up, and they're like, cake? We'll have some cake. And she's like, come in, there's, you know, enough cake for everybody. So they all go in, and she's like, so why'd you have to go to your grandma's house? Like, why'd you have to leave so abruptly? And she's like, rat trouble. She's like, oh, rats suck. And she's like, girl, you have no idea. And as she's about to go into the house, the leprechaun, his name is Jeff. I forgot to tell y'all his name was Jeff. June, I like cake too. Get me in on that. And she's like, get out of here. And she like goes in the house and slams the door. And he's like, damn, you gonna do me like that? Like, I could have stayed at the party, but you released the Rakatan. How you gonna do me like that? He's like, man, that's messed up. Y'all gonna do that to me too? You gonna do that to a brother? Yes. Like, I'll take it to go. Can I use the restroom before I leave? Like, no. Bye. Messed up my whole day. So the episode ends. I think this is a cute show. Is it a show that I would continue watching? Not really, just because I'm not like here for action-y plots and stuff. I don't know. That's just not my cup of tea. If it's your cup of tea, so many episodes of this show are on YouTube. Just so many, and they're in good quality too. But yeah, I'm just not a Ben 10 Juniper Lee fighting style type of girl with my shows, with my cartoons. But if that's for you, go get it, girl. Like Lilo and Stitchy, like fighting monsters, like that's not my thing. But go off. It's a cute show. It is a really cute show. And fun fact, I actually tried to do an episode of BTB on Juniper Lee back in September, but my files got corrupted. But yes, it's a cute show. I do feel really bad for June. That leprechaun was tripping, talking about, can I get some cake? Like, no. I feel like, truly, honestly, truly, y'all need to get some sort of police force in the monster world so that this 11-year-old can be 11 and not have to deal with monsters all the time. That sounds like it sucks. But, yeah, I know this show meant a lot to a lot of people because there's very limited Asian representation in children's cartoons. The only like ones I could think of off the top of my head that are main characters are Juniper Lee and American Dragon Jake Long. other Asian characters are side characters, like Trixie Tang, like I literally just had a whole list in my brain. What is wrong with me? Hold on. Okay, Stacy from Phineas and Ferb, Lee from Detention Air, which y'all have told me to watch. I gotta screen it before I commit to a video on it because I've never heard of it. I've never seen it. Number 3 from Kids Next Door. I forgot about her. No, I loved her. She was so cute. I don't know. I feel like I know this show that means a lot to people because of Asian representation. So, like, it's personally not my cup of tea. The plot, like the fighting-y plot, but it is a good time. Like, it's not, I don't hate the show, it's just, it's not my cup of tea. Yeah, so many of the episodes of this show are on YouTube. I know for a while, like Crunchyroll or something, like one of those kind of websites had all of the episodes, but yeah, really cute show, really cute plot. I don't know. I said I wouldn't watch more, but I probably lied. I probably will watch more. So, yeah, I think that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on Thursday with an extra special Beat TV while we watch the new Proud Family, Louder and Prouder. Just a heads up, chances are I won't be able to get clips or source material for that episode coming on Thursday. I know y'all said screenshots are fine, but I want to move my content forward, not backward. But since I will very much try my best, but Disney will snatch my shit down. So it might just be screenshots if I can even get those. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on Thursday with another Beat TV.